All right, and welcome back to 1716 Christian Street Studios on the Christian Sports Network. Got DJ and the commish here, bringing you Week 13 playoff hunt edition of our fantasy segment here. And let's get them started here, DJ.
The playoffs are right around the corner, close at hand, and there's some pretty intriguing matchups this week with big playoff implications. First, we have Minstrel Show playing Kibbles and Vicks. Minstrel Show is 6-6, putting up pretty respectable numbers though. They don't quite follow his record, if you would,
And then Kibbles and Vicks 8-4.
8-4, 8-4 teams, all vying for, 3 spots, if you would, trying to keep out the competitors at 7-5.
Yeah, the Dans, trying to keep out the Dans. You got Dan Katz at 7-5, Dan Feldman at 6-6. So certainly something to look at there. A lot of fantasy implications for the playoffs for both of those teams trying to make their way into the fantasy hunt. Okay?
Just a little side note, Pat, the only one of the 17-16ers who can make the playoffs, is playing the Beagles this week, which is very important. If he beats them, I think he's going to make the playoffs, so we're all pulling for him.
I'm not sure I'm pulling for him, but okay. Okay. Yeah, and if the season ended today, basically what you'd have here is you'd have Pete making the playoffs, number 1 seed, 10-2 record. You'd have then a 3-way tie for the next 3 spots. Pa, Gore, Kibbles, and Vicks. Bill, big come up. Bill, you suck.
Bill, you suck. Oh, by the way, Bill, I'm going to beat you today. I'm going to knock you out of the playoffs.
Yeah. And then Pat, the third 8-4 team. So if at the end of the day, that's what the playoffs would look like. But you got the 2 Dans trying to make a push these next 2 weeks.
And they're looking good. They're looking good. I'd be worried if I was.
Yeah, Dan's team can put up some points, Dan Feldman, that is. Minstrel Show, I should say. Minstrel Show. So definitely watch out for him, yeah. Okay, so moving on to another segment that we kind of wanted to get into here. Speaking of Pete, speaking of him being 10-2, leading the league in overall points, just running away with it, kind of just wanted to throw those sometimes, Pete. So I would just like you to know that you are Enrique Iglesias looking like.
Half marathon running, doesn't even get tired.
Scientific brain having.
Fantasy noob.
Auto drafting.
Plasma engineering.
Absolute piece of shit.
Absolute piece of shit.
And isn't his girlfriend Indian?
Yes.
All right,
I can confirm that.
Okay. All right, so in your face, Pete. All right, and what's our next segment here, DJ?
We're going to move into By the Numbers.
Okay.
Do you have numbers for us this week?
I do.
What are your numbers?
My numbers actually go to the Minstrel Show, 1,222.84. That's Dan Feldman's total points this year. He's got the second most number of points scored, but he's only got the 6th place record right now. He's at 6-6. One of those things when you do a weekly matchup, sometimes you get shafted a little bit. The Minstrel Show's getting shafted a little bit, but he's still got a shot. He's got his destiny in his own hands. He can make a run for the playoffs if he wins these next 2. He could probably get in. So Minstrel Show, you get my By the Numbers section for the week. You're only 30 points behind Pete, and we saw we just threw at Pete, so you're almost at that level. Okay, and your By the Numbers, DJ?
My By the Numbers, I looked back on the draft. Gonna bring it backwards, and I picked out 2 busts. One was drafted by Crack, Mr. Andrew Katz. One, Mr. Ryan Matthews. I believe he was hurt before the draft even occurred, so we knew that he wasn't going to play the first few weeks. But he was drafted for $37. Pretty large expense.
You only get $200. I mean,
yeah, 37. You need a good player if you're going to spend $37.
Like a sixth of your total money.
He's averaging 66 yards per game, and he has 1 touchdown on the season.
And we all know that fantasy is a touchdown-driven, league. So.
And the other player would be one Mr. DeMarco Murray. Has trouble winning the starting job in that backfield. It's pretty crowded.
Getting hurt. He's been out for. He thought he was going to miss like 1 week. He's missed like 5 or something.
Out for a pretty long time. He's fragile.
Yeah.
Bill drafted him for $24, and doesn't sound like a lot, but Bill drafted Victor Cruz for 26, and DeMarco Murray was number 2 with 24. And he is also averaging 66 yards per game, and he also has 1 touchdown on the season.
Pretty compelling numbers there, DJ.
Pretty compelling numbers.
Okay, final segment here. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
An oldie but a goodie. Always turn to it for a good laugh. Now, right now, we actually have an interesting story to share with you guys. And we're actually going to turn to a team of Autobots as news correspondents for us, and they're going to have a pretty dramatic retelling of this story. Jake, you want to give them a little background before the Autobots take it away?
A little background. Well, this is Friday night. 1716 is going to Manayunk. We don't often go to Manayunk because it's kind of trashy over there. But
very trashy.
We braved the college Guidos.
And the $25 cab ride.
And the $25 cab ride both ways. For a little Manayunk excitement.
All right, yeah, let's not tell them too much. Let's let the Autobots handle that. Take it away, guys.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
ID, please.
Here you are. Look at all the hair I had.
This ID has expired. I am sorry. You cannot go in.
What? That is ridiculous. It does not matter if it has expired. Do you think I fucking age backwards?
Get lost.
God damn it. Hey Andrew. I guess I will just have to sneak into the club with you through the smokers area. Hey. This is inside, buddy. You cannot be here. You are not allowed over here. I want to talk to the manager. Fine.
Hello, sir. I understand there is a problem with your ID. I am sorry, but it is club policy not to let people in with an expired ID.
But the point of an ID is to establish I am 21. Clearly I am.
Sorry, sir. We cannot let you in.
Can one of you at least come with me into the bar to find one of my friends so I can tell them that I cannot get in?
If they want to see you, they will come find you.
Hey Jake. I do not think Steve got into the club.
And I'm pretty sure he does not have enough money for a cab home.
You saw me, Andrew, you saw me. I know you saw me.
Receiving a phone call.
Yes, this is DJ. Oh, Pete, how are you? You can suck my dick.
I feel awful.
Let's take one picture.
I feel awful.
Gotta figure like a pin-up, gotta figure like a doll. Don't care if you think I'm dumb, I don't care at all. Candy best, sweetie pie, wanna be adored. I'm the girl you die for. I'll chew you up and I'll spit you out, 'cause that's what young love is all about. So pull me closer and kiss me hard. I'm gonna pop your bubblegum heart. Oh, this sugar baby, lick a lips. Hit me with your sweet love.
Oh, no, there's no neutral reporting. We're a very anti-Bill team, Jake.
I'll start off with, and Bill wrecks this competition by 46.94 points. However, he wouldn't have beat anyone else who won this week.
Okay. And Pat, this is week one, right? We could do the